lifestyle. Sports cards and we live now. Jeremy Lee in the building and every guest that you ever needed. Sports cards after hours keep the hobby heated. Updates, hobby talk like you never seen it. Sports cards live and none could ever beat it. Sports cards is a lifestyle. Sports cards and we live now. Welcome to another episode of Sports Cards Live with your host, Jeremy Lee.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to a very impromptu stream I decided to do today because I got lots of cards, lots of feelings, lots of thoughts from the National. I'll be honest, they're not all that organized right now, but I did want to come on and really just talk about my experience, take questions from you guys, show the cards I got, talk about I did one cool trade I'm really happy with, picked up a few pieces. And also, I just wanted to make sure that tonight, during the main episode of Sports Cards Live with Brian Gray, and then the other main episode of After Hours with Josh and Chris from Card Ladder, that we could really just focus on those guys and the chat and the topics at hand. So I thought I'd just take this chance to get into my personal experience at the show and the cards I got and all that stuff and the clothes I got. I want to show you guys the clothes I got because there's a stack of that too. So first off, as always, see we got some guys here. Thanks everybody for joining. It's 10 to 2 here my time in the afternoon. My wife's out doing errands. My son is sleeping. My daughter's out at a friend's. So I got some time here. Jake, thanks for joining. Ryan, yeah, this is a pre-show followed by a long break. Thanks for coming out. And guys, I mean, it was so awesome to meet everybody at the show. That was really my biggest takeaway. Of course, Jake, loved meeting you in person. Ryan, you too. You've both been on the show. Novus Vitas, good evening. Anthony George, it is early. It's early. This is the warm out. Hey guys, I'm a little cold. It's been 2 weeks since the show, and I didn't get to do any streams from the National, which I apologize for. PSA Slab Guy, great to meet you too. Ben Mixer in the house. Good evening. Jeff McMahon. Cards to Car. Kyle Brown. Happy to have you here. There's my guy, Andy. She blinded me with her refractors. One of my favorite guys I got to meet. Kenny Richardson was there from BC. Great to see you. Jordan was there. How many people at the National commented on your height? Everybody commented on my height. Lowell, good evening. Dan, great to see you. Facebook user, nice to see you. Omar, nice to see you. Welcome to the show. Yeah, Andy in the house. She blinded me with refractors. So I don't know, what should we do first? Like I've got stacks of cards here. Now I will admit that I buy a lot of stuff online from the US and a lot of it I get shipped to my brother in Arizona, who then brought it to me at the National. So I've got like a stack of that stuff that really was building up over a while. There's part of the stack. There's some more like ungraded cards, and I'll be honest, none of this is sports cards. This is all non-sport, which I'm pretty happy with. This stack here, this is all National pickups. And then I got some ungraded stuff here that's come in. A lot of it came again from my brother. Only a few of these cards actually came at the National. I'll just go through them and tell kind of where they all came from. This is all stuff that actually came from my brother as well. Sports cards, some freebies from the National, and whatever else. And then of course, I want to show you guys this stack of clothes. So I want to go through that. We'll talk about what was the most comfortable shirt that I got at the National as well. So we'll get to that in just a second, everybody. Jordan, you're in Phoenix. What part of my brother's in Scottsdale, Arizona? So there you go. Break. Jeremy's. You didn't. And Ryan, you're no shrimp yourself, actually, Ryan Nolan. So that's for sure. Jason, Jeremy Pringle, great to see you. Sandra, good evening. Great to have you. Thanks. Good to see you. Sandro, good to see you too, man. Good to see you too. All right, guys. So listen, I'm going to show you some cards quick. I want to get through some of the non-sport stuff that I got, and these are cards that have been accumulating. So some of you guys know, some of you don't. I like collecting some musical figures, Hollywood historical figures as well. So I picked up these 1924 Ogdens, and Ryan, you'll appreciate these for sure. We got Christopher Columbus, Leader of Men. There's a PSA 8. These are just cool cards I thought were awesome. There's Shakespeare from the Leaders of Men set in a 6. And that is Abraham Lincoln in a PSA 8. All really cool cards. Walt Disney, guys. Walt Disney. But Walt Disney times 2. I ended up picking up 2 of these. I bought the 7 first and then the 7.5, I think. So I got a couple of those. I still want the card with him and Mickey Mouse. Had to pick up one of these, guys. Had to pick Charles. My buddy young Charles kind of inspired me to pick up one of these Anthony Daniels rod cards, if you will. So that came in. Also, you know, Bob Hope. I don't know. I mean, Bob Hope's a legend. Picked up a couple Bob Hope cards. I really like the small cards from you know, the 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, even for non-sport. Really enjoy those. Picked up a Marlon Brando. I mean, these guys are goats. They're goats of the silver screen. A James Dean. I'll go through these pretty quick. Marilyn Monroe. That's a cool card. Really cool card. Movie star card. And then this is one of my favorites. 1930, J. Milhoff and Company from the In the Public Eye series. Charlie Chaplin. I mean, a pioneer, an absolute pioneer. So to me, having all these people on cardboard, it's right up my alley. So, okay, I'm going to stick these over here. My desk is just completely full here, guys. Keeping on going. Another James Dean card. That's actually a double, but I liked it so much I had to grab it. Here's an Albert Einstein card from 1961. I don't love it, to be honest. This was one of the first music cards I picked up. I love this card. 1966 Mick Jagger. Thought it was super cool. Just finally got it, though. Donna Summer from the Samler Saker set, which is also known, which actually means collectible, I believe. Someone found out and told us. I got a Jackson 5, an early Michael Jackson card. I thought that was pretty neat. 1978. Elton John. Ray Charles. I mean, this is just cool stuff. Another Elton John. That's from the Cantanti set, the 1970. That's a Panini card, guys. 1972 Panini Elton John. Back's pretty cool, too. An Elvis card. That's 1962 ABC Color Stars. And then 2 Arthur Fonzarellis. 1 autographed, 1 not. They're different. They're different stickers. But anyway, pick those 2 up because I'm a fan of the Fonz. That was Happy Days was like, you know, my after school show when I was a kid. So there's those. All right. And then this is really cool. This is a postcard. I love this. I just had to have this thing. Look at that. What a great image of John Lennon. The green background, I think, is super cool. It's a PSA 6 from 1964. Loved it, bought it. That's how it works. Loved it, bought it. Loved it, bought it. All right. Come back to some more comments here, guys. Daniel, how was the hockey representation at the National? You know, here's how it's always gone for me. I've always sort of said over the past 15 years that hockey at the National has been like 5 to 10% of the show. And this time, I don't know if it was 1%, to be honest. Because when I think about it, I think, so for every 100 cards that I saw, was there 1 hockey card? I can't say that there was. But when you saw hockey, you know, first of all, if it was a vendor who just had 1 or 2 hockey cards, it was Gretzky or Crosby or Ovechkin or Lemieux. It was, you know, one of those guys. But if you found a guy that had a showcase filled with hockey, they had a nice selection. So, but overall, there was not much. So I'll leave it at that for now. Ryan loves the Ogdens. You know about them for sure. Long time no see. I wish I knew who that was. Hey, if you're on Facebook and you're coming up like this, just throw your name in the comments. Jordan says, what is the appropriate punishment for people who still refer to the event as Nationals? Yeah, it's called the National. It's not called the Nationals. But hey, you know what? I've given up on that because, you know, you just there's too many people who like to refer to it as Nationals. All right, that's fine. Thanks, Jake. What are the Golden Rod going for now? Yeah, I don't know. That's a PSA 8. I picked it up a little while ago already. Mike, absolute. It was great meeting you too. Thanks for taking me with your fan. Hey, I had a little station there at the show, and it was just great. I met so many people. No Winnie the Pooh, Jordan. Yeah, Jake, the Fonz. Jordan, was awesome meeting you in Chi-Town as well, dude. So great. No F1 cards recently. I still only have 2 F1 cards. They are in hand. Though. I'll show them soon. Daniel Busby. Man, I missed a show last week. It was a boring Saturday. Hey, yeah. Appreciate that, Daniel. Appreciate it. Name, great to see ya. Slipka here, Chi-Town Hustler, right, Dave? Chi-Town Hustler, not Chi-Town. He corrected me. Eric, right on, dude. Great to see you, Eric. Eric Norton, I believe, or is that Eric Sanderson? Might be Sanderson. Jeff McMahon. Any issues with my travels? No issues at all, guys. I traveled over the border twice from Canada to the U.S. It was easy peasy. You just had to get your COVID test when you had to get them. Crossing the border was simple. I have Nexus, so when I did cross into the U.S., I crossed through Toronto, and they ask you how much you have to declare if you're bringing over $10,000 of whatever currency of the country you're going into. So I did not bring over 10,000 US dollars with me, but I brought like close to it. So I have Nexus, but at the border, the border agent still asked me, how much money are you bringing? So I told them, well, like, didn't help that I had Nexus. They hauled me into the back and went through my stuff, counted my money, and we had to count it like 3 times. Their counting machine wasn't working. I had a 3-hour layover, so I wasn't bent about it. I had nothing to hide. I told the truth. I told exactly what I was doing. And I got to spend an hour back there and see the process firsthand, which was actually pretty valuable, I thought. So, and it killed an hour of my 3-hour layover. So that was fine. Got into the U.S., absolutely no issues. Coming home, I got my COVID test at O'Hare Airport 2 hours before my flight. The results came back half an hour later, and I checked in and went on the plane. No problems whatsoever. Eric Andrews, there we go. Good to see you there too, buddy. Good to see you there too. Sorry, man. We got Beans Baseball Card Blog. No national for me, but I'm going to a card show. Hey, good on ya. Enjoy that. And thanks for all the Twitter retweets. You're the goat at that. All right, I'm going to show you guys some more cards now. Let's go through this little stack here. So more stuff that mostly, this all came in from my U.S. mailing address. Andre Agassi. I mean, to me, this guy's a tennis goat. I had to have it. It's a PSA 9. Cool card. Bought this Wayne Gretzky 91 Pinnacle B. I don't know if anybody remembers, but this was one of the first real insert chase cards in hockey. And had to have it back then. I think I had one back then, but, it's been lost. So anyway, pick this one up. It's an 8. Good enough for me. The rest is non-hockey. So I've got 2 football cards. Actually, this one was from the National. So I love these. It's the first one I've ever had. It's a cut above 97 Jerry Rice with where the saw, it's hard to see from the light. I'm sorry, guys, but where the die cut's actually on the top and the bottom. In basketball, the die cut's only on the bottom. So that's a really cool card. I'm happy to have that. This card came from Stan. This is a 98 Fleer Playmakers Theater, Shaquille O'Neal in a BGS 9. I bought this from Stan before it was graded, and we had a different price based on what it came. He had it graded. It was a different price based on what it came back at. The base price was 8.5. It came back at 9. I owed him more money. This card's numbered out of 100. One of the really cool 90s inserts. Here's a card I just think is wicked. Really neat. It's hard to see the camera on StreamYard, guys, but this card has a really cool effect. Ken Griffey Jr. Magnetic Field from 97 Metal Universe in the PSA 9. This is the Ken Griffey Jr. Bleacher Blasters. Really neat die cut. Lots of intricacies there. The PSA 9. Another Griffey, the Planet Metal. Love these. I love Planet Metal cards. Grab that. And then another favorite, Shaquille O'Neal, the Golden Touch. 97 Skybox. Golden Touch in the PSA 9. So a lot of these cards have been sitting, waiting for me for some of these as far back as like the fall. So really happy to have those. And then one other card. This I picked up from Memory Lane, actually. So this is the 96 Sports Illustrated Tiger Woods in a PSA 9, super old label. The cool thing about this card is that, first of all, I don't like that oversized card that he has from the Masters, that big black card. I just don't like the looks of that card. But this card, I think, is cool. I like SI for Kids cards. To me, they're important. I don't care that they're perforated. I think that's cool. And but the cool thing about this card is that it came out of a very special collection that I wanted to get a piece of. I grabbed the catalog. This is out of the Thomas Newman collection, and this is the catalog I picked up at the Memory Lane booth when I picked up the card from them. So I own, I'm really proud actually to own one of the cards from Dr. Thomas Newman's collection. I don't own this one here. That went for what, $4 million or something like that, I think. But happy to have a piece of the Thomas Newman collection, a very very notorious collector and collection for sure. All right, let's move into now some of well, here we'll go to these. These are some raw cards that I picked up from various places. Again, some from my U.S. mailing address, my brothers, some from the National. So we'll just run through them. Here, Jordan, I'm going to show you here's the NASCAR cards. The only 2 NASCAR cards I own. These are Topps Chrome. They are the orange parallels out of 25. I have 2. I have the Carlos Sainz and the Daniel Ricciardo. So of course, there's many more that I would like to get it. Sure, I'd love to have a Lewis Hamilton, Verstappen, Lando Norris. All these guys. I taped the Hungarian Grand Prix when I was away, and I watched it a couple days ago, and I still find it so enjoyable to watch those. This is really cool. Talking about Samler Sakers, which are collectible cards. I picked this up. This is an unopened pack of, I don't even know what, but it's Ringo Starr on the front. I thought that was really cool. You can kind of see it's taped with a small piece of tape on the back. Kind of neat. I just thought, I'm collecting a bunch of these cards. I'm going to have an unopened pack. Film, TV. I can't read it, but Alika Builder. Anyway, really cool piece of collectible history, in my opinion. All right, there's some Nationals. I'll show those after. Some of you guys know I collect Upper Decks, the Cup hockey, the base patch parallels. So the base cards are out of 249. I collect the patch parallels that are out of 10. I've been doing them from 2005 all the way up to 2019. I think I'm going to stop there. But these 3 had been waiting for me. This is from 2009. This is 2008, second year Patrick Kane. I love them because you get the base card, but you get a patch. You get a nice patch, a small patch, which I like. I like a nice small patch. And they're out of 10, so they're super rare. So picked up that one from the same year, a Joe Sakic with a nice 4-color patch. And then this is a double, actually, 2012 Wayne Gretzky with a beautiful 3-color LA Kings patch. So I grabbed those. And then also I picked up this Patrick Kane card. This is actually from a show the weekend before the National, but I love this design. And I think I'm going to keep it, and it goes well with my Dale Hawerchuk, who's, one of my guys that I collect from the same year. So these are out of 25, really nice, exquisite collection patches. They look just like the LeBron James cards, I think from his rookie year. I'm not 100% certain on that. All right, what else? All right, comment. Let's go to some comments, guys. Thanks, everybody, for joining Saturday afternoon. Hope everyone's doing good. If you're at the National, really hope everyone got home safe and is COVID-free and all that sort of thing. Because I'll tell you, the mask perspective at the show was weak. A weak showing by everybody. I'm not going to tell you what to do, what not to do. I intended to wear a mask the whole time. What I found was I'd wear a mask and then I'd run into somebody and I would take it off just to talk to them, because it's really hard to hear it with all that background noise, all that ambient noise. It's hard to hear each other. So I'd take it off for a conversation, and then I'd forget to put it back on, and then I'd remember. I wore mine probably, 50% of the time, but I would say maybe 10 or 15% of the people in there had masks on. And I've heard now that the whole team from Heritage Auctions has COVID. I've had 2 tests already since I've been back. 1 negative, 1 I'm still waiting for, so I'm hopeful, but we'll see. All right. Let's go to the comments. Where do we leave off? Hobby Champs, old NASCAR. Didn't see any old well, I don't follow that, but hey, I know that my pal Val and Logan, those guys are who were the first 2 guys I actually ran into when I got there. They're big into the NASCAR. Yeah, Jake loves the rice. You got the Favre. Yeah, I want the Favre as well. Amish Dave, that Pinnacle B was so hard to come by. Yeah, I know. Me too, man. Me too. Rory Crank, good evening. Thanks for joining. I love the metal inserts too. Jake loves the SI for kids outside the major sports. I hear that too. Ink Paper, let's see. Look at this guy showing off the bangers, flexing the YouTube status, $. All right, that's a perspective, I guess. Thank you, Jordan. Elite Hunters, Jeremy, is a pleasure. Yeah, same here, man. It was just a pleasure meeting everybody, I'll be honest. Definitely. Ink Paper, yeah, showed some pre-war, non-sport though, showed it early already. We got Ralphie in the house, my boy Stamatis. What's happening? What is happening? Ken says my trip home flight canceled, but oh man, yeah, I had a smooth. My flight was the opposite of that. I actually I actually got bumped into business class, and it was like a pod. I could lie down. It was, and my flight from Toronto to Calgary was just shy of 4 hours, and it was the most comfortable flight I've ever had. So I'm sorry to say, but I got really lucky with that. Terry's waiting for the big boy. It's coming. It's coming. Thanks, Beans Ball Card. Jordan, I tested positive on Wednesday. Oh, too bad, man. That's terrible. Hope you get better soon. Yeah, Novus didn't have. Yeah, I was surprised how few people wore masks. Really, really was. What's the card you regret to not bring back home? The one card that I wanted to buy there that I didn't. It's not that I wanted to buy it, but I really fell in love with a certain card there. It's actually a Kobe Bryant card. It's the 96. What was it? It's a Flair Class of 96, I think it's called. Class of 96. I saw that card, like he's embossed. He pops off the card, a beautiful, clean background, very almost an acetate finish front and back. Really, really cool card. Thanks, Ralph. Gonna bust the... No, I'm not gonna bust the pack. I'm gonna keep the pack unbusted. All right. Let's keep going here. Adam McNanny was a dude that I met from the show, a great Instagram guy. He gave me this card. This is a Brian Leach Upper Deck Foundations numbered out of 10. It's autographed right there in gold. Really hard to see. They chose a really poor, you can't barely see it, but it is autographed. And he gave this to me to pass on, to find a good home for. So we'll do that probably at the Expo in November. If that show is a go, which I hope and think it will be, I'm going to find a Rangers fan and gift that to pass it for or pay it forward at that time. All right, what else can I show you guys? Let's see. Some freebies from the National. So Beantown Collectibles hosted a Blake Jameson trade night on Thursday night. I went to that. It wasn't so much a trade night, though, to be honest. It was more of just a get-together. But it was great. A few of the Topps artists were set up kind of in the front foyer area. You had Blake Jameson, you had F-Dot, you had Lauren Taylor, and you had Natural. And that was awesome. They were just there. They had tables set up. They were selling some of their cards. But the Beantown crew had a grab bag. And so I gave away some of the cards that were in there, but I did keep these two Topps project cards because I liked the Mike Trout, and the Mickey Mantle was really cool. So I kept those. One's Project 2020, one's Project 70. And then I managed to pick this card up. Now, I apologize. Somebody gave this to me. I don't remember who it was. Let me know, because I just can't remember. But the DJ Ski eBay promotion that they did, he had 4 cards, and someone who I know I'm tight with, but anyway, gave me this Patrick Kane card. So really cool. Pretty neat card. I'm going to keep those 3 as some cards I got there. All right. Let's get to the cards I picked up at the show itself. So got this from my guy, Ben Carlos. He gifted me this Will Smith. I'm going to call it a rookie card. I don't know if it is or isn't, but I'm going to call it a rookie card. It's a card when I saw it, I wanted it. I'm a Will Smith fan. Always liked Will Smith since his early days in DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince. So I'm really happy to have that. 91 Hoops. Thank you to Ben Carlos for that. Let's see. Oh, these 2 cards came again from my U.S. shipping address. There's a Marchand. This is an Essential Credentials, which I love Essential Credentials. This one's numbered out of 18 on the back. Hard to see, but it's there. And then a 101 Golden Treasures, Ryan Johansson. I bought this. I don't know why. Doesn't mean much to me, but I have some of those Golden Treasures. So I picked it up and kind of forgot I had done that. All right. Now on to what I think are all cards I got at the National. Yeah, these are all National cards. So first up, the first deal I did at the show was a deal that I did with Tim and Lorena, who are 2 of the promoters of the WisDell show, the Wisconsin Dells show. And I wanted to shout them out because, first of all, Tim and Lorena are awesome people. They're partners with Grant Slayton on this show. You've probably heard of it, Wisconsin Dells show. This is their flyer I actually brought home with me. And if you're in the area, guys, or you're not, check it out. August 20th, 21st, and 22nd this year. Same venue they did the last one at. Apparently, it's really nice. I'm going to try and get there. One of these. Eventually, I'm going to make it to one of their shows. I definitely am. So that's pretty cool. The show is Friday from 3 to 8, Saturday from 10. I mean, all the information's on here. But anyway, these are two of the nicest people in the hobby, in my opinion. And so I did a trade with them where I gave up 14 cards. See, I didn't take many cards with me. I took a few. I took some cards that I would be comfortable moving out of my personal collection, yeah, they were all pretty much personal collection at one point. Some of them were more cards I bought just, in collections. But in any event, I picked up I picked up my 6 cards from them. And here they are. I'm going to show you guys the 6 cards that I traded for. And all 4 major sports are covered. That would be hockey, baseball, football, and basketball. So I picked up 2 Shaquille O'Neal cards. And you'll notice I picked up, these are in SGC holders, but I mean, they're beautiful and they look great in these holders. So I picked up these 2, the Shaquille O'Neal Netrageous and the That's Jam. So the Netrageous is from Fleer Metal, 1996, and the That's Jam is from Skybox Premium, 1998. I just love these cards. I love them. I saw them. They had their showcases were just filled with cool cards. Probably my favorite booth of the whole show. Now, don't get me wrong. There were booths that had millions of dollars worth of cards, fancier, more expensive, more ink, more patchy and all that. But for what I like, these, they had the best booth for me. And they had several showcases. They probably had 10 showcases filled with cool stuff. So I picked up these 2 Shaq cards from them. I also picked up 2 hockey cards from them. One's from 96 Skybox Metal Universe Hockey, and the other is from 96 Metal Universe. So Wayne Gretzky, Lethal Weapon Superpower in a PSA 8. And then my first ever Ice Carvings Superpower, Mario Lemieux in a SGC 8.5. I love these cards, guys. I just love them. Like, I look at these cards and I just get happy. Same with the Shaqs and same with these next 2. So these next 2 were the 2 biggest cards in the trade that I made with them. And the first one, so I used to have a Peyton Manning SP Authentic rookie card. I had a PSA 9. I had it for years and years. I think I sold it to Brian Gray in like 2019 or something like that. And so I always wanted to replace that card, but I wanted something a little bit off the beaten path. And they had this card, and it's right up my alley. 1998 Skybox EX 2001 Peyton Manning Star Date, PSA 10. I forget the pop on this. It's not super low. It's like 120 or something like that. But the cool thing about this, well, for me, is that number one, it's acetate, so it's transparent, right? You can sort of see through it. Tough to, but it is acetate transparent, which I really like. And it's just it's in uniform. It's just a cool card that you don't see very often. I wasn't that familiar with it. I'd seen a few online. I didn't know really what it would look like in hand. They had it. I looked, I'm like, I need that card. And so we got that in the deal. That was the biggest card. And then the second biggest card, which I love, and it's my first time owning one of these particular year of Essential Credentials. It's a future. It's from 1996 Skybox, Frank Thomas. You can see right there the gold letters and the shadow coming off it. Like, it's just such a well-made card. Really, really like it. It's a PSA 8. I don't know or care why. It's out of 109. The back's even really cool. See the stamp there. It's not out of 109. And I'm just super happy to have it. I don't have my only other Frank Thomas card is his Leaf rookie, which now becomes kind of disposable to me because I'm really moving away from that kind of commodity card for my PC. Although, I've always been a Hall of Fame rookie guy. This means more to me. It's rarer. It looks nicer. I like it better, which is the most important thing. So anyway, I traded for these 6 cards. I'm going to show you what I gave up, though. I took a picture of the deal. I want to show you guys what 14 cards I gave up, and then I'll tell you a little bit about how the deal went down. So here's the trade right here, guys. This is what I gave up. I gave up all these cards. Now, I'm going to just tell you a quick story. So this card here, this is the Shaquille O'Neal trophy case. I bought it on eBay. It's a BGS 9.5. Really wanted to like it, but I just didn't love it. So I'm like, all right, it's movable. I'm not going to keep everything. I had never seen it in hand. I bought it. It landed. Didn't love it. Was willing to move it. It went out in this deal. Same with this card. This is a Shaq Rubies card. It's not numbered or anything. It's not, it wasn't worth a ton, like, under $300 type of thing. I forget what I paid for it. I forget what we valued it at, but I was willing to move it. This is a Steve Nash, Topps Chrome base card, BGS 95. Again, with some greening, was willing to move it. This Shaq card, Power in the Key. This card, guys, when I bought this on eBay, I thought it was foil, like the 93 version. I think this is the whatever year, but it wasn't. It's just a shiny surface, normal card stock. It wasn't foil. I was disappointed. So I was willing to let that go for my collection. Now, before I get to these two vintage, I'm going to come back over here. Actually, let's move over here. So this is a Ray Allen Z Pete Zabue card. This was the second biggest card in the deal that I gave up. And I bought this a while ago. It was an all right card. I just didn't love it. I'm going to be on the hunt for a different Ray Allen card because I like Ray Allen. These two MJs, I had acquired these two cards raw a long time ago, had them graded myself. They're base cards. They're nothing special in terms of, they're not the parallel credentials, but they're still really cool. But I got enough MJ. I was willing to move these two cards. But this here was the biggest card that I gave up. This is the gold medallion, Fleer Ultra, Michael Jordan. So this was the big one. So initially, guys, I wanted to trade these 8 cards for these 6. And Tim was like, well, you know what? And he really wanted to work with me. I really wanted to work with him. He's like, well, I'll do it, but you got to throw in $500. And I'm like, I'd rather not throw in $500 if I don't have to. So I went back to my box and I just pulled out these 7 cards, these 4 baseball vintage cards, and then these 2 Pokemon cards that I brought because I'm just like, I'm just kind of done with Pokemon. And so I pulled out these 7 cards. I kind of knew like they're worth well more than $500 altogether, but I wanted to be good to him. And I really, really loved and wanted these 6 cards. So I said, here, can I just give you all of this for these 6? And he just put out his hand and we shook hands and I walked away with a big smile, really happy with the deal. Great people to deal with. Again, check out their show, the Wizdell's show, coming up August 21 to 22. So that was the deal. These two vintage cards here, I had acquired in a big collection. So for me, I was into them for really very little, almost next to nothing. This card, this is a PSA 5, this Raleigh Fingers card. The Suitor card I bought a long time ago. It's a PSA 9. These are both PSA 10s, a Mewtwo and a Charizard, but I didn't even look at what they were worth. I didn't care. I just was like, take them, have fun. This Manager's Dream is this Maze Mantle is a PSA 4, and this is an SGC 6, I believe, the Phil Rizzuto. So anyway, I gave up all those for these 6, kind of removed some cards that I didn't really need anymore, didn't want, and got 6 cards that I absolutely love. I absolutely love each and every of these 6 cards. In a way, this trade made my show. Honestly, I was just so pleased with it. So, okay, that was the first deal I did. The second deal I did was I purchased 2 cards from Midwest Vintage at his booth. The key to the deal was this card here, which, I mean, they're both football cards, and I really think, I couldn't believe the price. So this card here, guys, this is a 98 Topps Stadium Club Triumvirate Illuminator Barry Sanders PSA 10. So this is the card. It's also, sorry about, it's tough to see. I should put something behind this here. Let's just throw that behind there for a second, see if that helps at all. Well, it doesn't really because it's all the same color, but here, I'll put it against my phone. So there's the Triumvirate Illuminator. Doesn't really look good either. Let's put we got a loose Kleenex here. So I just want you guys to understand what this card looks like. So there you go. That kind of shows it. So it's pretty much acetate, a little bit transparent through the green. And it's got some neat die cut on the side of where my thumb is, but you're only getting like, I don't know, 80% of a card because there's a lot of it missing, right? The way they cut it. But in any event, it's a super cool card. I think it's a Pop 5, which when I looked, I was like, what? Pop 5? That's crazy. So anyway, he had $200 on this card, and I really liked it. I don't have a lot of Barry Sanders, and I thought, what a great card. So, and it's rare. I mean, super rare. I've only maybe seen it a few times even online. So, and then it's a PSA 10. And then this card, this is a PSA 6. This is the Hot Hands Emmett Smith, another card that I wanted a copy of. It's really nice, except it's got just this bottom corner here has some sort of little foldy thing going on that is what resulted in the 6, but you don't even really notice it. So anyway, he gave me both of them for the $200, and I was just really happy with both of those as well. And then I want to show you guys these two cards here. Actually, there's these two plus this. So I did show these earlier on that short video I did, but I'm going to show them again. Yamwax, you know, everybody's favorite guy, Yamwax. Corey, what a great dude. I was fortunate enough to be part of his Genesis block Elon Musk series that he did, and I got an SGC 10 Elon Musk from the Trump's limited edition, Top Trump's limited edition set, and really cool with him. It comes with a paired up what NFT. Oh yeah, there you are, Yam. There you are. Nice to see you, buddy. Thanks for dropping in. So Yam gifted me this card. It was a Yam drop, hashtag Yam drop. And what's really cool is that it's number 9 of 50, which to me is really cool because it's in the top 10. He only had 50 of these made. He gifted away, I think, 49 of them. He kept one for his son. And I got number 9 of 50, and Yam gave me number 9 of 50 because, well, a couple of reasons. Wayne Gretzky wore number 99, but he didn't make 99 of them. But Gordie Howe, who's known as Mr. Hockey, wore number 9, and Yam considers me the hockey guy of hobby content, so I got the number 9. But I love that it's in the top 10. He also gave me a Lady Gaga. You know, it's an icon. We're talking about an icon. Goes well with all my music cards, so I'm really happy with that. Thank you for that one, Yam. And then in here, he also threw in for me a Warren Buffett, which I'm going to get graded by SGC to go with the others. A really cool Warren Buffett card, a guy who I've always admired. And then he also gifted me, Yam, you're the man, a Bill Gates Grolier card to go along with an Oprah Winfrey. So, I mean, I'm just super stoked about it. Guys, I collect cardboard, not just sports cards. This is called Sports Cards Live. I get it. But I love my cardboard, just like many of you, hopefully all of you. And this all, you know, documenting history, owning a piece of it, it's just cool. And I'm super pumped with all of those pieces from my guy Yam. I also picked this up. It's Shohei Ohtani. This is from Filmington. I bought this from Filmington during his 1-hour stint at Hobbypalooza, and he brought it to me, and it was nice to meet Filmington. We hung out quite a bit, actually. He's just a great dude, and he was on my show the week before, which was awesome too. All right, we're almost done with the cards, guys. Here's a couple more pickups. So these are 3 rare hockey 90s parallels from Topps Pristine. The gold parallel of Jagger, Hasek, and Brodeur. I got these from Andy from Indie Card Exchange, and they're all numbered out of 33. They're all out of 33, so really, really rare and tough cards from the 80s, and of course, all like mega superstars, Hasek, Jagger, and Brodeur. I've never owned those cards before. He gave me a great deal on them, and I just was like happy to take them, and we'll figure out what we're going to do with them later. And then this was awesome too. So a couple of buddies of mine from Calgary were down there as well, Jim and Costa. And Jim actually knows that I'm collecting from 2013 National Treasures Hockey. They did a base set, but they also did a parallel set called the Numbers Patches. And each card was numbered to the player's jersey number. And I've talked about it before, but I'll quickly tell you. So first of all, I think they're gorgeous cards. And I collected the whole set. There's 97 cards in the set. It was a 100-card base set, but 3 guys didn't have memorabilia, so they couldn't make 3 players. Anyway, 97 cards. And number to the player's jersey card, there's 3 101s. And I got 2 of them. I'm missing 1 card for the whole series. But I'm also doing like 2 sets, which is kind of crazy. But I'm also looking for the jersey numbered cards. And Jim sends me a picture. He's like, hey, are you still working on this set? It's Lanny McDonald in a Colorado Rockies jersey. I'm like, and I look close. I'm like, whoa, it's the 9 of 9. It's the 9 of 9. He found this at the National. He found the 9 of 9. This is the 63rd jersey numbered piece I have out of 97 in the set. So they don't come around very often, and he found it for me. And so anyway, I go, yes, get that for me. I didn't even say how much or what are they asking. I just said, get it for me. That's all I said. And so anyway, hour goes by. I forget about it. I write back. I go, did you get it? He's like, yeah. He goes, what do you think I paid? I don't know, 30, 40 bucks. He goes, bingo, 40 bucks. I'm like, oh, no, duh, no brainer. Anyway, I gave him 50 bucks for it. Small finder's fee, and a huge thank you to Jim for thinking of me and remembering that I collect those. And Jordan, the 101 I'm missing is Jonas Hiller, the goaltender, Jonas Hiller. If anyone can find that, that'd be great. All right, guys, 3 more cards. I believe that's it. Yeah, 3 more cards, a few random things, and then we'll just talk a bit more about a few other things. But this card I did show on Instagram during the show. I bought this from the Mealy Pops booth. It's a beautiful Wayne Gretzky Admirable Impressions, numbered out of, I think, 24, with a piece of memorabilia. Kind of figured out it's from the palm of a glove and a gorgeous autograph. Perfect card. I just loved it, and got a pretty decent deal on it. It wasn't a steal by any means, but just a card I wanted to buy. It wasn't a lot of hockey, so when you saw something, it's like, I'll buy it. I'm at the National, I'll buy it. So I bought this. All right, guys. Now, I did pick up a beast. I picked up a beast of a card. Some of you know about it because I think Ryan showed it on his channel already, but I'm going to reveal it right now. I picked up, it's a beast, guys. It's a grail. It was a big card. I had to borrow money there to buy it. Didn't even have the money to buy it. And, but it's a card I never thought I'd own. And I own it now. When I saw it in the showcase, I was like, no way. Is that really here? So the guy who had it was first of all, at the National this year, it was bigger than before. In 2019, they added the red carpet area, which is where the Wiz Dells folks were, and where a whole bunch of the Slab Stocks guys, a whole bunch of other guys were in that area over there. Carlos from Toronto was there with Eli, a whole bunch of other people. That was new in 2019. Also, up until 2019, the Breakers Pavilion was kind of right behind the main show floor, with PSA on one end and the autograph pavilion on the other end. But this year, that area was additional vendors, and then the room behind, which was new this year, was where the Breakers Pavilion was in the main stage. Anyway, I'm in this new area and I'm walking around. Tons of great vendors there. Gerald was there. A bunch of you guys would know Gerald, Windy City, and a bunch of others. Anyway, I'm in there. The guy whose table this was, I remembered in 2019, he had a PMG red Michael Jordan card for sale for $100,000, which now is a steal for anyone who might have bought it, but he still had it. And now it's like not for sale. And if it was, he'd probably want $1 million for it, and I wouldn't blame him. Anyway, he had this card in his booth. I know the suspense, guys. He had the card in his booth, and I saw it, and I knew right away that it's one of those cards that if you don't pounce, it's going to be gone. It's going to be gone because there's only one in the room for sure. Anyway, he had a big price tag on it. Again, more money than I brought, and more money than I wanted to do on PayPal, any of that. So let's just, I don't want to use real numbers here, guys, but let's just say that he had, $1,000 on it. I go, okay, it's big. I go, we take $650. He's like, no. That doesn't even look back at me, right? A low ball offer doesn't look back at me. Then I go, well, will you take $900? I'm like 10% off. He's like, no. And then he says to me, actually, if this card doesn't sell today, I forgot my price gun. Tomorrow, I'm bumping it up to $1,500 because it's worth it. And I'm thinking to myself, yeah, no doubt you are. I'd still pay that probably. So anyway, at the end of that that didn't take long. That was all of 60 seconds of negotiating. I got absolutely nowhere. I did not get a single dollar off his sticker price. I just go, I'll take it. He's like, oh, all right. And you can kind of see he was a little disappointed. It was a card that he didn't even really want to let go, but I'm like, I'll take it. And I'm like, holy crap, what'd I just do? And then I go, okay, but here's the catch, dude. I don't have the money on me. I got to go find the money. So he's like, no problem. No problem. And this was like on the Wednesday. This was the end of the day on Wednesday. So it's still the first day, I guess. I go back to my booth where I'm at, and I get there and I see my buddy Jeff, who owns Iconic Auctions, and my brother's there, and one other individual was there who I know pretty well. I've known him from the expo and that. And I go, guys, I just bought this card, but I got to borrow some money. I got to borrow $1,000. It was a lot more than $1,000. And the one guy's like, yeah, I got you. I'm like, what? He goes, yeah, no problem. Whatever you need. I'm like, really? He's like, yeah. I can lend you the money. I'm like, wow, that's amazing. And then I go, well, would you lend me $2,000? I'm just playing, doubling it. He goes, whatever you need. I'm like, well, okay. Seeing what other kind of credit I had in the room, right? Anyway, half an hour later, he comes back. He's got the cash for me. I walk over and I pick up the card. Here it is. Enough of the suspense, everybody. This is from 2009-10 Exquisite Collection Basketball. It's from a basketball set, but it's not a basketball card. This is the Flashback Exquisite Rookie Patch Auto, not a true rookie card, of course, of Wayne Gretzky with a 3-color patch, numbered out of 25. You do not see these cards very often. Any 3-color Oilers Gretzky piece is extremely important right now. Upper Deck did not have a lot of that. And I don't know, I've been talking to my buddy Les up in Edmonton about like how many different cards actually did Upper Deck make where they have Oiler pieces in them. There's a limited logos. There's an SB Authentic rookie review. But anyway, this is to me basically the grail of my show. This was the card that after I bought it, I was like, yeah, my show's really done. I'm not going to buy much more. Pretty much tapped me out and then some. Same design as the LeBron RPA. There's a Michael Jordan in this set as well. Someone in the show was asking $300,000 for the Michael Jordan. I can tell you this card is like a fraction of that, of course. But I still think it's undervalued. And to me, the price I bought it for, I still think it's worth like three times what I paid. And I just knew I had to buy it. And so when I find the card and I'm looking at it, I wanted to make sure the patch was authentic and legitimate. And I used to track this card. So the patch looked good to me. But I called Les. Les is a guy in Edmonton who you guys probably know, Lester the Baddest on Instagram, who has a ton of awesome cards like this. So I called him up. He took my call, thankfully. And I go, hey, man, I'm calling you. I need some advice on a card. Before I could even get my sentence out, he goes, I think I know what card you're talking about. I go, how could you know? You're up in Edmonton. You're however 1,000 miles away. I'm here at the show. And you know before I do? He's like, I go, what card do you think it is? He goes, it's the Exquisite Gretzky RPA. I'm like, how do you know that, man? How do you know that? Anyway, he's got people that reached out. So, he wanted the card, but I was there. I wanted the card too. So I bought it. And we did, I sent him a picture. He kind of thought the patch was good. And then another guy, Anthony Swiatek, was there who had a copy of this card, and he actually showed me the picture of the copy he had, and the patch was the exact same, down to a little bit of stitching coming up here. So I was completely confident that everything was good about this card. It's not a gem mint card. It's off center, top to bottom. You can probably see it's got a corner with some issues. It's got an edge issue in one place, but it's one of those cards that it's about the card. It's about what it is, what it represents versus just the condition. So again, this was my biggest pickup of the show. But I have one more banger, guys. I have one more banger that just came in 2 days ago via FedEx that I had done a deal on before the show with my buddy Darcy. We did a deal in principle, and I was making him payments throughout the show just anyway. Bought this card off of Darcy. It's another banger, 2 big bangers, which I will be replenishing my funds because I just need to. But I'll show you the other card I picked up. This wasn't from the National, but again, I bought this from Darcy before the show. And it was sent to me. Actually, I bought it from Scott. Sorry, I bought this card from Scott. Losing my mind. Bought this card from Scott. He sent it to me just a couple days ago. Anyway, Connor McDavid Upper Deck Collection Premier RPA, but the gold version out of 10. This is numbered 1 of 10 with oil drop. So these 2 cards kind of get me where I want to be as far as McDavid and Gretzky goes in terms of patches and autos. And so this is, I don't know. These are two awesome cards I'm now the proud owner of. And but they cost me some money. So what I did to offset that was at the National, I submitted a handful of cards to PWCC to sell for me, including my Michael Jordan Duncan Go Nuts BGS 10. So that was a big card that I gave them to sell for me because you just can't have everything. You just can't have everything. And that card along with a couple others that I gave them should cover me on both of these. Hopefully, and then some, and maybe leave some credit in that account so I can keep on shopping for upcoming auctions. But these are my 2 big 2 bangers that are just, again, the McDavid just landed 2 days ago. The Gretzky I picked up there, and 2 awesome cards. I'm very happy to have, everybody. So that's that. That is that. And when you put it with that one too, just some awesome stuff. So really happy with all those. And then I wanted to also, quickly going to show you some of the clothes, guys. Some of the clothes. Actually, I've been ignoring the comments. Let's do comments first. because I think I missed a whole bunch. So first of all, thanks everybody for joining. Can't believe we have such a great audience here on a Saturday afternoon. Thank you, Yam. Yeah, I blinded him with refractors. Who's that? But it says Yam is the GOAT for sure. Kyle knows Tim and Lorena from the Wizdell's show. Yes, they are awesome. They're awesome. All the cool kids got the Musk. Thank you so much to Yam for that. Oh, I see. Hey, Kin. All right. She blinded me with refractors and I blinded him with refractors, both in the house right now. Thanks for joining, guys. I certainly did enjoy them, Yam. They are awesome. Early 2000s tops. Yes. Any way I could buy the Hasek? I've been searching for that specifically. Tampa, are you talking about the pristine out of 33? If you are, send me a message. Yeah, man, if you need it. It's not a card that I love. I bought them because I thought they were cool and they're rare and they're 90s and and I wanted to do a deal with Andy. If you need that card, reach out to me. Yeah, I'll definitely move it to you. No problem. If it's something you need. Yes, Charles Smith in the house. What's happening? The Lanny is awesome. Thank you so much. There's a big Hiller collector. Bet they have it. I mean, it's a 1-on-1. If it's even popped yet, yeah. Hockey guy, if you know who that is and can find out for me, finder's fee for sure. Thanks on the Gretzky. Tony Sin. Hey, watching in Tokyo. Awesome. That's awesome. Joe R. Thank you for joining. Great to have you. Great to have you. Says, found some rare Elway inserts today at my local show. That's cool. That's really cool. Thank you, Andy. Joe Perot. Damn, looks like a LeBron. It's from the LeBron. That's why it's called. It's a flashback to the LeBron set. So there's a Jordan in there. There's a Magic Johnson, a Larry Bird, a few others. I don't know the whole checklist, but that's why I like it so much because it's from the basketball product. So it's obviously going to appeal to basketball collectors as well as hockey. I think it will. I hope it does. I obviously want it to be worth as much as it can be for my eventual disposition of it, which I don't know when that will be, whether that's going to be in 5, 10, or 30 years. Time will tell. Jake, blowing your head off. Thank you so much. Frick and Oilers auto patch with 3 colors. Yeah, for sure. Thanks, Jeff. Thanks, Jeremy. Thanks, Yam. Hockey guy. Edition sports cards. Great to have you. Dominic, finally caught one of these live randomly. Cool. Great. Thanks for joining. Yeah, it's Saturday afternoon. Not my usual time slot. That's for sure. That would look great in an SGC. Yeah, I'll tell you. When I was choosing cards from Tim and Lorena's booth and their showcases, like they had a lot of PSA, a lot of SGC. And when I started looking at them, I realized like the cards in the SGC holders, they look great. They really do. I have no issue at all. Like I have no intention to cross these over. They are going to stay as is. I'm very, very happy to have them all. I think they look beautiful, the card and the holder. Will you get it graded at a minimum to authenticate it? Yeah, I might Tampa on the Gretzky. Same with the McDavid. I think they're both going to grade like 8.5s in there sort of thing. So I might. We will see. We will see. Thanks, Joe. Appreciate that. Cardi C. Ryan, that McDavid's awesome. I mean, these are cards that I'm just super. It's a privilege to own cards like this, but I got to be clear, like these were not cheap cards, and I basically need to replenish. So I'm going to be replenishing. This is not a case of cash out, no cash in. It's going to turn into a big three-way trade between me, the money, and somebody else. I think that makes sense. Maybe that didn't make sense. Thanks, PS Collectibles. Really watching in the Philippines. That's awesome. Great to have you. Great to have you. Tampa says they're beyond. I don't know if I deserve them, but I found a way to get them. And but thank you, Tampa. I really appreciate that. Yeah, Andy, big thank you so much. Charles says, will you get those monsters graded? Yep. Jeremy, have you seen the Rodman Jambalaya PSA 10? I haven't, but very cool. Terry wants to know, Terry, the serial number out of 25. I think it's 14. Yeah, 14 out of 25. Terry, so here's the other thing, guys. Terry has one of these cards, and I made him an offer. I made Terry an offer on his for and Terry, so this will put in context for you, but probably nobody else. The offer I made you, Terry, was like double what I got this one for. But I made Terry a cash trade offer, so it was a bit of a different thing where this was pure cash, but still value-wise, I basically offered you double what I got it for, Terry. Hello, Victor. Great to have you, Victor. Great to have you and great to meet you in person, Vic, at the show. Ron Fig. Got to meet Ron Fig at the show a couple times. One cool dude right there. You prefer, yeah. Well, I did get this one, Ron. I did get this one. There's Gretzky in a Kings jersey. So hope you like that one, buddy. And great to meet you, man. Really good to meet you, Ron. Fire says it was a pleasure to thank you, Fire. Pleasure to meet you too. Pleasure to meet you too. As everybody. Facebook user loves tops for seeing golds, and of course the great one, Exquisite. Thanks for sharing. Oh, thanks, Eric. Appreciate that. And it was great to meet you and do our little interview. And I do have your shirt here. I'm going to show in a few minutes. The pristine. You look for it. You look every day. Yeah, dude. Yeah, we'll make a deal. Can mark it off your checklist for sure. For sure. Overtime grading. What are those gloves hanging behind you? Those are Timu Solani game-worn, game-used gloves from his Winnipeg days. So rookie year or the year after, that's what they are. Tampa says, I'm going to be a pain real quick. How do I send you a message for the Hasek? Instagram, man, jlee_sports cards live here. I've been streaming upcoming shows on the bottom. I'll put up my, here you go. Get a hold of me on any of those platforms, Tampa, and we'll figure something out on that card. Charles, the McDavid is awesome, but honestly, that Gretzky is yeah, I know, man. I believe it. I'm with you on that too. Joe, yeah, you got to get to a national. Need to talk your fiance into going with. Yeah, you know what? Dustin, personal finance, that he had his wife Kim with him there, and she had a great time. I'm telling you, there were so many women at the show. I mean, not as many men, of course, but there were a lot of women at the show, and they were hanging out. They had an event for themselves, and I just thought it was great, and I was happy to meet a few of them for sure. Tin Tam, if you passed on the Gretzky card, was there another card you wanted at the show? Nothing of that. I mean, yeah, let me rephrase. Yes, of course there were. There were so many cards there. I remember, like, after the first day, I'm like, man, I wish I had $250,000 in my pocket. I wish I had $250,000. Like, I could have blown through that so easily. But, of course, there's no shortage of $50,000 cards there, guys. No shortage. But that said, there's no shortage of dollar bins and $50 cards as well. So something for everybody at the show. Angie... don't apologize that you just got home from work. Want to know which sport sold the most and was hockey popular? I mean, basketball and football were there the most. But I'm gonna still say that baseball probably sold the most because it's still a baseball dominant show, mostly because of vintage. The National is still vintage heavy. It always has been, always will be. Well, maybe not always will be, but still is for sure. Hockey. What I heard from a few vendors was that there was a lot of demand for hockey. People were asking for it, but very few people had it. Stefan, he had a showcase full. I was at his booth at one point, and he did a huge sale to one dude who picked up like a stack of hockey cards. I don't know what the deal was, but it was well into the 5 figures. So hockey was in demand, but it wasn't. There wasn't enough of it there to meet that demand. Is kind of my takeaway. Kyle, glad you enjoyed the story. Facebook user, was that the McDavid? Yeah, the McDavid. These are the 2 big pickups for the last month for me, guys. The 2 big pickups for me. McDavid is out of 10, and the Gretzky's out of 25. The McDavid is rookie year. Beans, I enjoy being married. If I tried to get my wife to go to the National, I'd no longer be married. Well, tough luck, but I'm sure your wife is lovely in every other way. There's a great Facebook group for women. Check it out, ladies. Women in Cards. Yes, I've heard about it, and I believe that group is growing and growing. All right, guys, quickly to the last thing. So I had stickers made before the show. Obviously, I had the logo made, and then so I had my banners done, and the banners that I had here. I'll show you guys this quick if you didn't see it. So this was my little area at the National. It was within the Iconic Auctions booth. Right behind this red curtain is the Leaf Trading Cards booth. So Brian Gray was basically just behind me most of the show. But I had the table, the 2 chairs, and the 2 banners. The banners were designed for me by the girl who's our creative manager at my day job. I kind of hired her to design these for me and put them together. She did a great job. And then she's like, "You need more swag." I'm like, "I don't know if I need more swag." She goes, "Well, you should get stickers." I'm like, "All right, yeah, let's do the logo." So I've got these stickers done up for the logo, got, I think, like 500 of these through Sticker Mule. And then she goes, "You should do your face. You should do your floating head. It's so fun." I go, "That would be," I go, "Can I do that? It's a little weird." But yeah, I go, "That'd be all right. Let's do it. That'd be hilarious." So ordered 250 of those. Didn't order 500 too, but anyway, we got here. Let me just unshare the screen for a sec. So I got these stickers made, gave these out at the show. Hey, it looks like me, right? I thought they were hilarious. So the 2 stickers had those done up. So gave those away at the show. Also had some business cards made up that she also designed for me, which was really nice. Just this card here, content creator host with all the socials. It's funny. There's no phone number or address on this business card. And then the back just kind of really cool. It just says live and interactive interviews as we do. So that was cool. And thanks to Elisa for designing those for me. Tampa, I love those. I know. I think they're hilarious. I think they're pretty funny too. Hobby Champs, you're sending some cards to Alt. Very cool. I didn't get to meet the Alt guys at the show for whatever reason. There's a few booths. Like I never saw the Mojo booth. I just didn't come across it. I thought I covered the whole floor. It's kind of funny. But anyway, we chatted on Instagram. Some people you just don't see. How much are the giant heads? I think you should sell those. That's Lorena. You would buy one. Yeah, they're free. They're free. They're just stickers. Definitely can send you one for sure. Shout out to my fiance Elizabeth. Shout out Elizabeth. What is happening? Looks like the Hiller guy got banned from the Insider. Too bad for the Hiller guy. I guess we won't be doing the deal. All right. SP. Yeah, the floating head is the SP. This is the regular print. The regular print for sure. Tampa says, I tried with PWCC and I never send them a card, only to Alt. Yeah, choose the one that works for you. I really like the guys at PWCC. I chatted with them there. I've been doing the PWCC videos, so I met them at the show, had nice conversations. I think they're good people from from what I can tell from my discussions. And I'll be doing the PWCC premiere, same one for the 3rd or 4th time. I guess the 3rd time. It's coming up August 21st, I believe it is. Bean wants a Jeremy floating head on my laptop. Hey, that's cool. I'll send you one. If anyone wants the stickers, I'll do it up like this, right? I'll do it up on the top. I'll send them out. Anyone wants, just send me a message on IG. Happy to send them out to you if you want one. All right, let's get to the close quickly here, guys. So first of all, I got a stack here. So I'm gonna just show you. This is the kind of stuff that people are giving away. Got this wicked hoodie from Wax Room Breaks. These were really nice guys. They came by the booth, hung out with me. Oh, I also want to shout out Scott Kranz, guys. Scott Kranz is somebody who watches the show. We've chatted a lot on Facebook. He's a great guy. He was sick for a little while. He's back up and at it. He came by with his son and he brought me a gift. It was so funny. I wasn't expecting this, but he brought me a bottle of Knob Creek smoky maple flavor. And he's like, hey, you crossed the border, you're here from Canada. Canada's kind of known for maple. He goes, I thought you might want to taste at home. So he gave me a bottle of Knob Creek smoky bacon. It's a whiskey. And a little bag of little shot cups. So I had the bottle the whole time. People come by and we do shots. And it was, by the way, it's a delicious product, I must say. Now I don't drink a lot, and I thought it was delicious. Anyway, want to shout out Scott. Thank you, Scott, for that. You made the day, and I shared that with many, many people. So thanks for that. I think Wax Room Breaks, they probably had a taste of that. So they gave me that hoodie. Thanks for that, guys. So here's all the t-shirts I got. There's no shortage of t-shirts here, guys, but I'm going to show them to you. This was the t-shirt from Collectible. Actually, really comfy shirt. I love their logo. We like it rare. I hear that. I'm on the same mindset as those guys are. Really nice guys. Eric from Loop. I got the Loop shirt. Really nice shirt as well. That was pretty cool. I'm not going to unfold them all here, but Can't Stop Cards. Can't Stop Cards. These guys do a podcast. I'll be joining them soon for their podcast. That was pretty cool. Nice shirt. Thanks to them. This was the shirt from Beckett. Pretty nice. It's like you got a card in the shirt pocket there where you maybe have a pocket protector. Chris Carlin Upper Deck gave me this one. This is actually a pretty nice shirt. Really nice fabric and collar and all that. So pretty cool there. Eric from Sunrise Cardcast came by and brought me one of these. Thank you, Eric. Nice shirt. From Women of the Hobby, Sam Shuford, who's been on the show. Got this from Sam, Women of the Hobby t-shirt. Really cool. I'll be wearing that with pride. Andy from Indie Card Exchange gave me this. Indie Card Exchange shirt. Really nice. Well, this one I had already before, but this is the Rated Rookie Panini shirt, which I've worn before. Got this one also from Upper Deck. Break, collect, repeat. Really, really nice soft fabric on that one. John from Sports Card Nation. Got this from John. The Hobby is the People. Really cool shirt from John. This one I've shown. Yeah, Slab Shelf. Another John Bear. And then this one here. This was from PSA. Pretty nice shirt. PSA, professional grading since 1991. Thanks to PSA for that one. So there you go. And then I got 2 hats. Collectible gave it. That's a really nice hat, actually. I love it. I really like their logo. So anyway, got this hat from them, and then this one here from Rodman PC. Got this from my guy Rodman. So I wore this actually at the show quite a bit. It's a pretty cool hat. So really like it. And I'll wear that one. A lot of the stuff I collect, right? It's just cool memory. So thank you to Rodman for that. That's the clothes. All right, back to comments, and then any sort of, I think that's it. What else? What else can I show? There's a little stack here. What's all this? So some kind of freebies, the Blake Jameson evening, the Beantown hobby did. Got a Blake Jameson autograph on a card. By the way, I chatted with Blake quite a bit actually at the show, and he's a really nice guy. He was selling some limited edition prints that he had done. They were designs that he had done for Topps. They were based off of the T206 cards. He made them for Topps, but then they didn't end up going ahead with them. So he just has these prints, and there were 10 of them all together. 3 were Honus Wagner, 7 were other players. And I saw them, and I'm like, the Honus Wagners all really spoke to me. They're just beautiful. So I bought all 3 of them from him, and then him and F. collaborated on a Babe Ruth that was just a different size. The 3 Honuses were more the same proportions as the T206, whereas the Babe Ruth was more of your card, bigger piece, but still the regular proportions you'd expect. Anyway, I bought all 4 of those from those guys, and they're going to ship them back to me. But they're really nice. I'm going to get those framed up and hang them on my wall downstairs. I got to go to event. Let's talk about events for a second. We'll do events first. We'll go to the comments again here, guys, and then we'll talk events. So I want to let you know what I was up to while I was there. Charles Smith, love the head. That's funny. Love the humility, the jokey vibe. Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is. I was like, can I really do this? Is that like, can I make a sticker of my own face? But that's funny. It's funny. It's kind of on brand for the show. So let's just do it. Appreciate that, Charles Smith. Hobby Champs, I tried PWCC. Facebook user needed 2x3 for the office. I just have the sticker size for you. Let's see what else we got here. I want Jeremy's floating head on my laptop. Glad to meet you at the booth. Thanks for the sticker. Hey, you bet, D. Perez. You bet. I was late in case you already mentioned. Are you still going live? Yeah. Regular shows tonight, guys. The first show with Brian Gray, and then the late show with Chris and Josh from Card Ladder. They've released a new feature on their app, on their website, on the Card Ladder app. Some I forget what they call it. Price check, I think. Price check. And so it's a new way that they're providing another data point on, really they're calling it like a launch off point for how to maybe try and intersect a value on a card, like triangulate a value on a card where there's really no other way to do it. They're giving you a launch off point. They're definitely not saying this is the value. I listened to them on their show, The Crossover, last night, and they gave a really good explanation. We'll do it again tonight, and they'll explain what it is. So Hobby Champs, did you get the all people on your show? Yeah, I'll definitely have them on if eventually, for sure. Show me. You can always rewind. Really like the Beck. Yeah, the Beckett t-shirt was pretty cool for sure. That's right, James. I don't need to buy t-shirts for 12 years. Exactly. I'm just going to wear those. Yeah, a whole new wardrobe. That's what I was saying. I got a whole new wardrobe at the show. That's one of the cool things about the show. You do get all these t-shirts. I don't buy t-shirts anymore. I just wear these ones. Yeah, you're right, Beans. Joe, want any Bowman Mays side? Yeah, there was a PSA 4 that I liked, Joe. It was really badly off-centered side to side, but everything else was perfect. I considered it, but then I bought the Gretzky, and I was out of play after that. So when are you coming to the Dallas show? Eventually. Give me by next summer. I'll try and get there. I really want to get there. All right. We're going already an hour 11. We'll keep going for a bit here. My boy's still sleeping. Yes. All right. So I just want to let you guys know kind of what I got up to at the show. So Wednesday, I flew into the show Tuesday, checked into my hotel, met up with my brother, hung out with him in his room for about an hour. We caught up because I hadn't seen him in like a year and a half. So we got to catch up there. It was nice. Went to bed early. Wednesday went to the show, was there all day. And Wednesday night, so Card Ladder and Rodman and Grant Slayton I believe, who is partners with Tim and Lorena at the Wisconsin Dells show. Again, coming up August. I want to show these guys out. I just like them so much. This show, guys, August 20 to 22, Wisconsin Dells. Does it say where it is exactly on here? Kalahari Drive in Wisconsin Dells, Wisconsin. Well, that makes sense. So anyway, they kind of held this get together at, I forget the name of the restaurant, Joe's Live, maybe? No, not Joe's Live. For whatever it was called. It was close to all the hotels in the convention center. And it was in kind of a side room. There was pizza. There were some other snacks, some finger snacks, and that it was quite nice. I got there. I thought I was late, but I ended up being like early compared to everybody else. I think it was called for 7:30. I got there like 8:30, but it got packed by like 10. And there were just it was just nice. It was a nice, easy place to sit down. I got to meet and see so many people in that room that I had met online over the past year and a half doing this show over through Instagram, all those ways. And it was just nice to sit down. It was actually somewhat quiet for a while where we could just sit and chat. I don't want to start calling out names. Actually, I can show you guys some pictures because I took some pictures, and I'm so apprehensive to start calling out names and forgetting people. I just don't want to do that, but I guess it's inevitable, right? It's probably just inevitable. So let me show the pictures from that event, and whoever's names I forget, I just got to apologize in advance, but hopefully I don't. I know I'm going to, though. So let's do it. All right. This is at the event. So here we have, this is me, of course. I'm the tall, bald guy in all these pictures. So we got Rodman from Rodman's PC. We got Nick Uliano, and we got Josh Dawson. All great. Just Nick was awesome to meet. I mean, Nick's all over Instagram, guys. Super nice guy from New York. Rodman's my guy. Josh, awesome guy. I mean, it was just, again, so much fun. Let's keep, I don't even know what picture's next. Here we got Cardi C and Frankie 3500. Again, this was an event that was, it was thrown by these guys. It was a small room. They foot the bill. They foot the bill for everybody to eat. There was a cash bar, of course. Otherwise, it would have cost them, $30,000 at least. But I just want to thank the hosts for feeding us dinner that night and for taking the initiative to even have the get together. It was a highlight, just getting to meet everybody in there. Here we got Brian Schumann, and there's Max Putnam, Max Norris, great guy. I mean, it was so much fun meeting these guys because it's like, you see people online, you listen to their podcast, and then you meet them in person, and you're kind of surprised sometimes. Anyway, it was great to meet these guys. This is cool. This is me and the three hobby goats, if you will. Obviously, Ken Golden from Golden Auctions, Carvin Chung, the architect, the inventor, and Nat Turner was there as well from Collectors Universe. This is cool. So this is Jean McLeod. Jean is from Arena Designs. She designed all the cards that we all love. And I said, she's wearing her wedding band or her engagement ring, whichever one it is. And I said, you got to hold that up because this ring right here, guys, believe it or not, this ring inspired precious metal gems. Okay. She designed and came up with the precious metal gem concept back in 1997. And when they decided to do parallels, she thought, well, let's do a green one because green is my favorite metal gem. It's my emerald stone. I wear it. And so this ring is what inspired green PMGs. And then they came out with the ruby reds, right? So anyway, really, really cool to meet Jean. Here's a picture of me, Jean, and Jordan. Jordan is really the person who I believe is responsible for bringing Jean back into the hobbies horizon, really, because he sought her out, I think, a year and a half ago, her and Earl, her husband, who was also from Arena Design. So really cool to obviously to meet Jordan in person for the first time, someone I've interacted with quite a bit, a great guy for the hobby. There's just me and Rodman hanging out. Me and Trevor LeConte in the morning on the way to the show. And now we're getting into show pictures, guys. So this is, I forget his first name, Mike maybe, or from Bleecker. Sorry, dude. I know you're a great guy. Just forget your first name. And John Bear from the owner of Slab Shelf. Good dude. It's kind of funny here. Just look, my knees are bent, coming down. You do what you got to do, right? Pittsburgh, what's happening? What's happening, Anthony? There's me and Brett stacking slabs. I was walking around the show, but and you just see so many great people. There's the card I showed. Again, I don't know what's coming. Paul Lesko, legal analyst. There's a Teapot from Market Movers and Sports Card Investor, great guy. There's Jordan Riker, who comments a lot. There's Jordan Hagedorn. There's Ryan Nolan from Breakout Cards. So you see, people came by the booth. We took a picture. It was just kind of the way I was doing it. If I wasn't walking around, there's Gene McLeod again from Arena Design. There's my guy Dave Slipka, Chi-Town Hustler. Here's Drew Herndon from Let Me Get That Potograph and a co-host of Hobby Hotline. There's the man, the all-time GOAT, Dr. James Beckett. Got to have dinner with him and spend time with him. Just a wealth of knowledge, me, him, and Dave. Here we have Eric, those back pages, and Andy. She blinded me with refractors. Just great people, guys. Just great people all around. I'm just so nervous I'm going to come to a picture and forget somebody's name or something, but let's keep on. Let's take the risk. John Newman from Sports Card Nation. There's Jeff Wilson from Sports Card Investor walking the floor. This is Kirk, guys. This is Kirk. Kirk's not an Instagrammer, not a YouTuber, but he's a big fan of the show and somebody who came up and introduced himself. I saw him throughout the weekend. Just a really nice guy. He was out collecting. He also, I think, spent some time at Tim and Lorena's booth. Really nice guy. Kirk, if you're out there, it was seriously a pleasure to meet you, sir. Oh boy, it's just the hits keep on coming. Joel Alpert, he's been on the show before. Joel is Bobby Hall's agent. There's Michael Ham. Everybody knows Michael Ham on YouTube. Great guy. It was awesome to meet him. He was the guy that I think walking around I ran into the most times probably. But Mike, great dude, man. Happy to meet you. A couple of big cards from the Golden Auctions booth. This is the LeBron James rookie year Logo Man Auto 101 under intense security, I might say, along with 2 RPAs. One is out of 25, one is out of 99. 2 LeBrons. These cards were stunning to see. Let's go back. Here we have none other than Peter Pacman and Slabby Sosa. Great guys. Got to hang out with them quite a bit at the show. Mike Fruitman from Stadium Sports. That was the Beckett booth. Went by Eric. There's the menu from the Golden Dinner. There's Eric. I was talking about the events and I went to pictures. I'm all over the place here, guys. Sorry. Let's just finish up this. So here, I'm going to do this for a minute. I'm going to come off of there. So Wednesday night was the event at, I forget the name of the restaurant that I talked about that was hosted by Card Ladder, Rodman, and Grant Slayton. Really, really nice event. It was cool. It was casual, and it was just a lot of fun. Then Thursday night. So Thursday night was it was a tough night to really plan because I think there were 5 events in my calendar that night. You couldn't get to all of them. I was really privileged to be invited to these events. So the first one that I didn't make it to was Ryan Card Collector 2's trade night. I did not make it to that because Ken Golden had his event, his dinner that was, I think there were 60 people at this thing. I got on the invitation list and I went, and it was at Capitol Grill, really nice dinner. This is the menu we had. I had the filet. You had a choice of filet, baked bone-in, Kona-crusted New York strip. You could have chicken. You could have salmon. I had the filet. It was delicious. And it was just a nice event. And at the end of the dinner, Ken gave a bit of a speech kind of talking about, what he's up to, talked about the show, his TV show is coming out. And he did say that it's going to be called The Golden Touch. It's going to be, they're starting production in September, filming, I think he said in October. And this show will be out to watch early 2022. And he wouldn't tell us what network it was on, but he said if I could pick my top 3 networks I would want it to be on, it's on one of those 3 networks. So the Ken Golden show, The Golden Touch, is coming out, and it's being one of the producers is Peyton Manning. So some other pictures from the dinner. There's me and Shayway Vlogs and Brett. It was great to hang out with these guys. Top-notch guy. It's one thing what we see in the hobby of each other. You guys see me. You see all these people on YouTube. You hear them on their podcasts. And that's one peek into who people are. But meeting in person adds a whole new dimension. And I hope some people realize that meeting me in person. but I certainly realized that, and just it hit home meeting all these people in person and getting to hang out and talk. I guess those are the only pictures I have from that show. There's me and Chris Carlin probably the next morning. But so back to events. So Saturday, again, where is it here? Oh, there we go. Where did my events go? There we go. So Thursday night, I didn't make it to Card Collectors Trade Night. I went to the Golden Dinner. I was invited to the collectible party. I didn't get there. It was in the city, so it just would have been too far, but I heard it was great. My brother was there actually, and said it was a nice evening. I wish I could have gone to everything. Bench Clear Media guys, they put together a get together in one of the hotel kind of lobby areas. I went to that for a little while, had a really nice time, met a whole bunch of fellow YouTubers there, all good people. And then I went to the Blake Jameson themed trade night that was put on again by Beantown, which was just awesome. Beantown and his wife are just awesome people. So that was Thursday night. Friday night was another night of like 4 things in the calendar. There was the Slab Stocks charity event. I had donated a PSA 3 Wayne Gretzky O-Pee-Chee rookie to that to send kids to Camp Kesem. And I got to believe that from that sent at least 3 kids got to go to camp because of my specific donation. I think they raised like $120,000, but it was just a good feeling to have a nice impact and do something good for 3 people when you don't even know who they are. So that was really cool. So I went to that for a little bit, ducked out of there. And then I headed over to the Sports Card Investor had an event at a hotel. I went to that. I saw, Brad and Dustin were there among others. I don't want to shout out names, but went to that, had a good time there. That's where I met actually Sam Shuford for the first time from Women of the Hobby. That was really cool. From there, I went to, what did I do first? Yeah, from there, I went to Card Score. Card Score had an event at Joe's Live, which was pretty cool. Got to talk to the founder and the guy who's running that company. That's an interesting business that I'm going to have those guys on eventually to talk about what they're doing. Card Score is, I think, a crowdsourced grading, which I think is really interesting. And I want to learn more about it. And then Filmington put on, kind of organized an event at the Lowe's Hotel lobby, which I went to, which was really cool. Met a whole bunch of more YouTubers there, among other people, and then got to witness what is now going to be known the phenomenon, which is the Lowe's Hotel Trade Night / card show that happens late at night at the National. And it was crazy, guys. I was estimating, some people said there's 100 people there. I thought there's 300 to 400 people there. I've heard people say there were over 1,000 people there. It was absolutely bonkers and nuts. And lots of deals were getting done. There were people set up on chairs, on the floor, on tables, in the flight center. The lobby was overtaken by hobbyists. It was absolutely crazy, but it was a lot of fun. So that was my Friday night. I think I left there at like 2 a.m. Saturday, back to the show. Saturday night, I laid low. I had dinner with a Hobby Hotline crew, including Dr. Beckett and the rest of the crew. That was a lot of fun. And then Sunday night, I had dinner with Brad Hartland, who runs the PSA Canada, which is the official Canadian submission group for PSA. So Brad and I had dinner together, which was really nice. And it was kind of the end of the show. It was nice and quiet. Went to bed pretty early Sunday night. Monday, kind of packed all my stuff up. Flew out at 2:00, so I had plenty of time to get my COVID test at the airport at noon. Got my results half an hour later and flew home. So let's see. I did make a list. Let me just see if there's a few things. Travel experience was fine. I had no issues crossing the border either way. It was fine. I mean, I would have no problem traveling to the US. It was no problem, at least for me. But if you have everything in order, you're not gonna have any issues. Okay, before I go on with that, let's go to some comments. I missed a bunch here. So let's see. 90s B-Ball Jake says Tim and Lorena were my favorite booth of the show. Yeah, me too. They were my favorite booth of the. Now again, there were booths that had more expensive cards, but they had, and I like the way they lay it out. There's really no rhyme or reason. They're just cards everywhere, which from a shopping perspective makes it so much fun. So shout out to them yet again. This is going to be called the Tim and Lorena show. The Wiz Dells show. Show me, no border crossing issues. Had a friend denied entry to attend the show since it was considered mandatory travel. Yeah. When I crossed the border, they asked me why I was coming in. I said leisure. I said, I'm going to the National Sports Collector Convention to trade some cards and to get content for my YouTube show. No problem. How much money are you bringing? He asked. I told him. They still hauled me back to count it, but no problem. It was fine. Jake says, I didn't take many pics there at the show next year. Well, that will be the goal. Yeah, I know, man. It's tough. Sometimes you just forget to take a picture. Hockey Guy was the coolest non-major sports card you saw at the National. Let me put that on the back burner, see if I can think of it. Novus would be cool to get their thoughts on eBay's new price guide and collections feature. eBay's thoughts, yeah. I'd like to get someone from eBay on the show for sure. Yeah, Tampa, didn't know it was based on, it was inspired by her ring. It was inspired by whether that's her engagement ring or her wedding ring. It was inspired by her ring. Pittsburgh in the house, guys. Check out Pittsburgh's. He just launched a new grading company called Transparent Grading Team, TGT. Showed me how it works. I'll tell you, they've got one really cool kind of competitive advantage, I would say, going for them that no other grading company is doing. Now, Overtime Grading, based out of Canada, Rob, who was in here earlier, he's also launched a new grading company, and he's got a different competitive, kind of unique thing going on for his company. So, and then just today, I saw there's another new grading company called, what were they called? Forensic Grading something or other. Forensic Grading Company also. So there's 3 right there. And then there's another one that approached me at the show who's not yet launched, but is coming soon. So there's lots of different grading companies, guys. You have your work cut out for you. You have your competition cut out for you. I wish you all well, and just stick to what you're doing, guys. Keep plugging ahead, and maybe don't worry what everyone else is doing, or just get bought out, because a couple of you guys have some really cool things that no one else is doing. If that's what you want to do, of course. When is Riker coming on? He'll make himself available. Yeah, in due course, guys. In due course, for sure. Joey, walked by my booth, meant to come back, got lost, never returned. Hey, man, I get that. I totally get that. Next time, if I'm there, please do say hello, Joey. It'd be great to meet you, for sure. Costa, did you go to that big trade night? Well, I didn't go to Card Collector 2s, but I did find myself at the Lowe's Hotel for the big night, which was a Thursday. Show me any with Sasha T. No, I met Sasha on my way out of the Lowe's Hotel, just outside as I was waiting for my Uber, in a circle. Just said hi. He said, oh, you have a YouTube show? I said, yeah, Sports Cards Live. I said, what's your name again? No, just kidding. Of course, I knew who Sasha was. Who doesn't? Tampa can't wait for the Golden Touch to come out. I think we should. I agree. And it's going to be not just sports. Ken made it clear. It's going to be cards, but collectibles too, for sure. The Panini Redemptions were loaded this year. Yeah, I got to open a few packs for the guys from Wax Room Breaks. And I pulled a really cool Trevor Lawrence out of 10. And I wasn't sure, are they letting me keep this or not? They didn't. They took it. But of course, it wasn't. I didn't expect them to. But it was still pretty cool. Bob's Big Boy. Anyone going to the Wizdell's show? Dealer tables and PSA confirmed. Really cool. 450 dealer. That's a big show. I can't wait to get to that show. And the one of the key reasons I want to go outside of the people running it is those plush red carpets. Guys, do not underestimate the importance of comfortable shoes at a card show. And to be honest, it doesn't matter how comfortable your shoes are. They're not going to be good enough. There is no shoe that is good enough to save your heels and your knees and just your legs from the National. At least that floor is hard concrete, and if you're walking it, trust me when I say you need to get off your feet at the end of the day. Nova says, thoughts on card score? Yeah, I mean, I think it makes sense because it's basically grading eye appeal, and it's crowdsourced, which, the way the founder explained it to me is everything is really going crowdsourcing right now, except for the hobby. And I mean, I'm going to have him on, so he'll explain it better for himself. But I have no issue with it. I at this point I have no issue with it, and I'm interested to see learn more about it. Facebook user, did you show off that 6 Gretzky? Yes, I did show it off. Jordan, how are you gonna have juice for the regular and after hours show this after? Yes, I will, because they're not starting for 4.5 hours. When Brian Gray just texted me actually saying, so I just want to write back to him because he's like, what time do I need to log on and link? I'll send you the link by 8:30 Central and come on by 8:55, please. And send. All right. There you go, Brian, if you're not watching. Tampa, my back always kills me from looking at card shows, especially spend a lot of time looking down. Yeah. And when you're my height, guys, I'm just shy of 6'6". It's uncomfortable looking down. So you need to, it's one of the main reasons I started setting up a card shows was to have somewhere to sit down. All right. So we talked about the cards, we talked about the events. the show itself, I spent a lot of time sitting at my station on my chair. We had comfortable chairs there. People came, sat down with me. We did a shot of Knob Creek Smoky Maple, thanks to Scott Kranz. A bunch of people got in on that. It was just nice to have somewhere to be and a bit of a presence for the show. So let's see what else. Want to talk about Hobby Hotline. We were on the main stage on Sunday, did an episode. That was a lot of fun, had some crowd interaction. Hobby Hotline is Saturday mornings, guys, at 11 o'clock Eastern on the Hobby Hotline YouTube channel. I've been a part of it since September. And other co-hosts include, I'll forget some, I'm sure, because there's like 11 or 12 of us. But there's myself, Brian Gray, Dr. Beckett, John Newman, Drew Herndon, Val Mars, Sam Shuford is new to the panel. We've got oh my God, I'm forgetting people I know. We've got my guy. Oh God, this is terrible. Who? Logan. We got Logan. We got more. We got Chris, Stale Gum. Anyway, it's a fun show. Check it out Saturday mornings. Let's see. Anything else I want to talk about here? The Upper Deck made the announcement that Gene McLeod from Arena is coming back to design cards for Upper Deck, and they're going to be doing a Metal Universe set, which is, I think, like a multi-sport one. But she's also going to be working on hockey products down the road. So as far as Arena designs coming back into the hobby, I think us hockey collectors are going to be the biggest beneficiaries of that. I was really happy. I didn't know where she was going. I heard rumbling she was coming back. I didn't know if it was Panini Tops or Upper Deck. When I found out it was Upper Deck, I just my heart melted. Like, there's nothing better than that. So that's really cool. The card art was cool at the show, guys. I got to meet Card Killer. I don't know if you guys know Card Killer, Donnie B, Optimus Volts, all the other artists that were there. Donnie B gave me this MC Hammer card that he made. It's pretty cool. He signed it. It's 3D, really cool. A couple other things I got. So I went to Ken Golden's booth. He has his own card now. So this is a Ken Golden inscription to Jeremy, my favorite show and host, Ken Golden. That's lofty praise from Ken, right? He's been on a bunch of shows. So I hope he means it. I don't know if he does. I know he's been on crossover a few times. I know he loves he's a big fan of Josh and Chris too and their show. I'm sure he's been on others, but that was really cool. Thanks, Ken, for that. The Loop guys had a cool card, the custom card thing going. This is Eric Doty's card from Loop, so he's been on the show. Thought that was cool. Put that in the collection. What else did I get? Oh, the Bullpen LA crew. The Bullpen LA crew, they have their own cards. This is the funniest one of all. This is the Sneakerless Spotlight. Mitch from Bullpen LA, known for not wearing shoes. No, it doesn't smell. That's good. Bullpen LA. This is their breaker, Big Hands Ben, and an iconic Babe Ruth auto that they pulled there. Optimus Volts gave me his card autographed, actually numbered out of 100. That's pretty cool. This is Mike O. This is pretty cool, actually. So Mike O, famous YouTuber, and Wesker Griff, another, original type of YouTuber. They had this is really cool, guys. They had this made, and it's a duel. How cool is that? I thought it was really cool. So I got that from them at the Bench Clear evening. Really nice to get that from them. And then I got this too from Scott Schulman, Scat. Really nice piece there. I like these custom cards that people are doing. They're really cool. So thanks to them. Got this from Beantown. Actually, this was a giveaway in the Beantown from the Blake Jameson evening. Just who is that again? Yeah, Bryce Harper, of course. Cool card. That was from the top. I think that was a Topps direct to consumer product. What else? These two from my guy Frankie. Frankie gave me these two cards, the Ozzy and the Jimi Hendrix. Thanks, Frankie, for that. Frankie 3500 gifted me those. Knows I like the music cards. And then at the Ken Golden dinner, they actually had these waiting for everybody at their table. So you had your own. I mean, I think at first they were going to put pictures on it, but you got your own one of one dinner card. Now it's not no picture on it, but it's still a nice memento. It was and kind of there was assigned seating, so you knew where you were. So got that from the Ken Golden dinner, the Golden Auctions dinner, I should say. That was really nice. I got to meet Mike Osaki. This is Mike Osaki. He does appraisals. Really nice guy. He's on Clubhouse quite a bit. So Got to meet Mike. Shout out to you, Mike, if you're out there. Thanks for the chit chat. I had a really good time talking to Mike at the show. That was cool. What else did I find there? What else did I find? Let's see. Anything else? Anything else? All right. Nothing else on my desk. On my list. I just want to shout out Val, your pal Val and Logan again. Logan Ward. They were the first people that I ran into at the show when I walked in. They flagged me down. So big shout out to them for flagging me down. That was pretty awesome. I got some more pictures I can show you guys. We still got a lot of people watching. I guess we're going to go close to 2 hours right now, but that's okay. I got 6 hours of streaming in me today. For sure. Why not? Okay. So hockey guy, my favorite non-sport at the National. I mean, there was some cool stuff. I saw, what was his first name? Lindbergh, the guy, the pilot, original guy. I saw a cool card of his. There's a really nice, there's a Humphrey Bogart card. I did see a card of Walt Disney and Mickey Mouse. I think what year is that? 1933, maybe something like that. Saw a couple of those. They were expensive though. They're priced like $2,000 for a 7 and $4,000 for a 7.5. But saw those non-major sport cards. So I'll go with those. I saw everything there though. I mean, there were tons of wrestling, guys. Tons of wrestling. Lots of F1. Lots of non-sport. That's just cool cards all the way around. Let's see what else we got here. Just going to have a little silent moment here. Save my voice. Where did I leave off? Here we go. Fun Pants. The Edmonton Summit doesn't have any updates I can find. Well, Marcel, who runs the Edmonton Summit, let me know that he is having a show in September coming right up. I think the 17th, 18th, 19th, something like that. Ink says open liquor is my kind of show. Yeah, there's people walking around with beers. You can buy beers and walk around there for sure. Yeah, and Upper Deck also announced the AEW deal, and I'm sure you'll see some Arena Designs involvement. I shouldn't say I'm sure, but hopefully you will. Big Boy says, I spent 80% of my cash bankroll for the National, but did 3x that in trades. Love the openness to trades by dealers these days. Wasn't always that easy or equitable as far as trade value in past years. Costa met Phil Hughes. Very nice. I saw his booth. I didn't meet him, though. Matt F., nice to briefly meet you as well. I wish I remembered everybody's faces and all this, but I know it was nice to meet you because everybody I met, it was nice to meet for sure. So for me, in terms of deal, I didn't do a ton of deals with vendors, but I walked around and I asked pricing and all that. And from what I saw and observed otherwise, a lot of vendors were, some vendors were overpriced. You're going to find that at any show in any year. But the vendors that I was mostly around were working with people, and there was no shortage of, well, this comp did that comp did this. I heard this. Most vendors wanted to work with people that I overheard. And were willing to move on their prices if they could be shown that the value of that specific card had maybe moved since they had priced it. And don't forget that not all vendors reprice their cards for each show because that's a lot of work. I know that from firsthand experience. So if they set up at the Dallas show earlier on in that month, or they were at the Wisdell's show, or the Miami show, or the Philadelphia show, they may not have repriced their show, their cards since then. And it's a lot of work to do it. So, you can't really fault them for that. And, but anyone I dealt with or that I saw was pretty willing to work. So I didn't think that was an issue. There was that whole narrative that everyone's going to want to get the peak money. I didn't experience that myself. Not to say some people weren't overpriced, but when you're overpriced on a card, sometimes it's simply because you don't want to move it at today's value. It doesn't mean that you think it's worth more. It just means that you don't want to move it for whatever reason. So I thought I'm okay with that. I've done that myself where I'll have a card at a show or a card in general, and someone makes me a fair offer. It's like, nah, you know what? I'd rather keep it. I'd rather have the card than the money. So I'm not going to move it. Anyway, that's kind of my overall view on that part of it. I walked the floor quite a bit, spent quite a bit of time at my table. Okay, keeping on going here. Ink paper, stream state through. I don't know what that means. Tyler says, is there a tension between the grading companies at these big shows, or do they all get along? That's really no way to tell. I mean, they're all in different areas doing their own things. PSA was there. SGC was there. CSG was there. Hybrid was there. HGA was there. They were only a couple booths down from me, but they weren't grading. I walked by their booth several times, but I I guess they were just there talking about what they're doing, sharing their service and that. Joseph Michael, mate in the lobby, you're tall, sir. Yeah, hey man. Yeah, Lowe's was crazy. Wasn't it crazy? It was crazy, and it was pretty awesome there for sure. So, all right. What else? Any questions about anything, guys? Like, it was my 13th national, by far the busiest. Wednesday was busier than any Saturday I had ever seen at the national. I don't know how many people were there, but I had heard from a very, what I would say, reliable source that they sold 90,000 like 3-day passes or something like that, or VIP, whatever it was, 90,000 passes of some sort. So that didn't even include just the general admission walk up. I've heard 150,000 now. Who knows what it is? Hopefully they release the numbers so we have some more specificity on that. But overall, it was jam-packed in there. Sunday was slower, and Sunday is really pack-up day, by about, I think it closed at 5 o'clock on Sunday, maybe 6, I forget. But by like 2 o'clock, vendors are packing up, ready to go. I think people are just kind of tired. It was exhausting, by the way. It was an exhausting week and weekend for just about everybody. If you were there the whole time, you're tired by the end, no matter if you're a vendor, you're a patron, you're working for a corporate company there, whatever it is. It's just exhausting overall. I got more picks. I'll show more picks. Jacob, yes, I'm going to go to the Expo. If Expo happens, I will definitely be there 100%. Global, good day. Great to see you as always. How were the autograph guests? No idea. Autograph guests are the one thing I never do. And I can tell you though, there were some, like Hulk Hogan was there, Barry Sanders was there, but those are the only two that I really remember. But there's like 100 of them, and I believe they were very popular. But it's just one thing that is not of interest to me. So, yeah, Joseph, you were there. You bailed Sunday, but you were there from Wednesday. Yeah, so and you were probably exhausted by then, right? So, okay, I'll do some more pictures, guys, and then we'll sign off. And a reminder that tonight at 10 o'clock Eastern, Brian Gray will join me. We will, again, it's going to be more national talk, but it's going to be from his perspective. Brian sat there buying the whole time. Buy. He had a lineup of people waiting to sell to him. So we're going to hear his perspective on the national, buying at the national, the current state of the hobby, and the future of the hobby. And then afterwards, at midnight Eastern, Josh and Chris from Card Ladder are going to join me, and we're going to talk about their national experience. Again, I can talk about it a lot. And I know that I'm late to the game with national videos, but that's fine. I mean, you do it when you can do it. There's been a lot of content this week. I've watched a bunch of it. I enjoyed it all. And, but I'm still happy to continue talking about it. It was so much fun, and it still is exciting, and it's hobbying, and it's being excited about the hobby in general. And the national is the mecca for all of us. Again, you could have gone to this show and not bought a single thing. You would have had the time of your life. Many people have expressed that already. You don't need to go there to buy cards. It's an event. It's what it is, and it's a social event. But the networking and the connections that you can make are going to pay off in the future. Maybe in better deals, maybe in cards, maybe in someone saying, "Hey, I found a card you like." There's so many intangible benefits to going to the national that are going to be worth your cost of admission and flight and hotel and Ubers and all that. I believe that wholeheartedly. So definitely make it next year if you can. And I wasn't going to go next year in Atlantic City because it's just, it's harder to get to. It's so much further away from me. But now I'm like, I'm going for sure, because I don't want to miss it. I don't want to miss seeing all of you guys and all of the friends that I've made and the new friends I'm going to make and the people I'm going to meet over the next year. I want to see them in person. I want to further the relationships that I've made with all the people that I got to hang out with this time. I mean, that's what it's all about, guys. We're a community. We're a culture. I was saying at the show, I was saying, the hobby is it's a culture. It's like a subculture. It has everything. The hobby has everything that any other subculture has, except its own cuisine. But even then, we have shitty, and I don't really swear on the show, we have crappy card show food as our cuisine. But really, we have everything else going. Everything else. We have our own language. We have our own. It's an economy. We have regulation or lack thereof. We have commerce. We have trade. We have relationship. We're a culture. All right. Costa, have I ever been to the Atlantic City? Yes, I have been to the Atlantic City National. I was there last time it was there. I forget what year it was. Bill in the house. Good evening. Was Boston Rob there signing autos? I don't think he was signing autos. He was there as a collector. I did get to meet Boston Rob from Survivor fame. And that was a bit of a thrill. He's a cool dude. And he was just there smiling, having a good time. Jake, after the show, how do you think the AC show will be? I don't know much the venue or the city. What are your thoughts? I think it's going to be better than it would have been without this one. Like if they went straight from pandemic to Atlantic City, I don't think it would have been as good as it will. But now so many people that had their first national are just not going to want to miss a future national. So for that reason, I think it's going to be better. So much free stuff. Who needs to buy? Yeah, there is. There's free stuff there. You can get freebies at the show and save all your money and just spend your money on travel and food. You'll definitely be there next year. Awesome. Look forward to meeting you there next year. All right, let's go to some more picks, guys. And then again, we'll wrap up. So Chris Carlin from Upper Deck in the morning. I think that must have been Thursday morning, perhaps. There's my pal Val and Logan Ward. Awesome dudes, co-hosts of Hobby Hotline. They're both NASCAR guys, big NASCAR guys, NASCAR radio and your pal Val. Me and Dustin, the personal finance dad, another guy who was just awesome to meet in person for the first time. There's him and his wife, Kim. She had a great time. Great gal. Great gal. Pardon me. Excuse me. That's me. And I believe that's Patriot Sports Cards. Great dude. Nice to meet you at the show. That's me. That's Patriot. That's Patriot, actually. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. But great to meet everybody. There's Card Killer. What a guy. Awesome guy. That's Optimus Volts. Card Art. Donnie B. Great dude. There's Mike O. Another guy that, you see these guys on YouTube. You don't really communicate much, but you meet in person. It's like just good people. Just good people. Great to meet them. There's Eric Myers. Howley Hustle also works for PWCC as a concierge, I think his business card says. This is come on. Name brain farting on the name, but this is the Project 20 Mike. No. Damn. See, this is the problem with going live, right? You can't remember everything. Anyway, CRT Sports Cards. Chris, his name is Chris. Chris from CRT Sports Cards. He's like the Tops 2020 and Top 70 expert. He does a show every day on the projects. Really awesome guy. I've been watching, and the funny thing, I'm brain farting on his name yet. I've been watching him for a year and a half. That's Jeremy Stein, awesome guy that I met through Clubhouse. Mike from Absolute Authentics, another great guy. He's been watching the show for so long. There's Chris from Card Ladder. Chris McGill will be on with me later tonight. He's no slouch. He's a tall guy too, taller than you might think. There's Josh Johnson from Card Ladder, Cardboard Chronicles, and making a cameo, there's Sean from Victory Investments. He's the guy that wrote, produced, and sang the opening song for Sports Cards Live. There's Christina from Card Ladder as well. There's Sean. That's Victory Investments. Just a great guy in the hobby. That's Karn Rye from the Big Three Hockey. I shout them out every day on the show. Great supporters of the show, and he's the one that had this Pokemon Illustrator card, which is one of the biggest cards in the hobby. In the Pokemon, it's worth like $1 million. He was telling me, so I got to hold that. This dude, Dan, I think from The Score, lives in New York, works for The Score out of Toronto. Really nice guy. It was great to meet him. That's the card that I picked up. There's Coleman Cards. Really, just a nice guy. Just an all-around nice guy. Here's Bear Down Boiler Up. You guys might have seen him on Instagram. Another really cool dude. Nice to meet him. Andy from Indie Card Exchange. Just another great guy in the hobby. There's Sam from Women of the Hobby. There's Neo, Northeast Ohio Sports Cards. Another guy that, just like Mike O, where you watch their shows, you don't chat a lot, but then you meet in person, and just like great guys to meet. Nice people all around. That's Pepino, man. He's YouTube famous. He's not on Instagram, but really funny guy. There's Mike, Baseball Collector from Bench Clear and the Baseball Collector YouTube channel. Another really nice guy, that when you meet in person. This is Chris Sewell, baseball card collector, investor, dealer, in that order. He's not on Instagram. He flew over from the Netherlands, I think it is. Such a nice guy. He's got like 30,000 subscribers on YouTube. Awesome guy. Check out the channel. He's going to come on the show. We chatted. He's going to come on the show eventually. There's Pittsburgh from Transparent Grading. There's his shirt right there. You can see Transparent Grading team. This is This is my buddy's wife. This is Sunny, and if you look at her knee, she was wearing the Sports Cards Live sticker on her knee for the whole day. Very nice. Thanks, Sunny, for doing that. Here we have the Wax Room Breaks crew. They came by. There's Rich Klein, the all-time famous and go to the hobby Rich Klein. There's Rodman came by the booth. We traded hats, me and Rodman. What a dude. What a dude. Okay. This is, gosh, of course. Patriot. This is Patriot. I got it wrong before. This is Patriot. Sports cars. Awesome dude. Great to meet him. Here we have, come on. I know you so well too. Flippin' Steve in the house. This is Drake's PC. This is the wrist guy. Okay, so look at this picture. This is Justin, 6'10 sports cards. Dwarfs me. He's literally 6'10, but another great dude overall, and great to see him at the show. This is the booth. This is the one showcase I took a picture of. I think I added up $12 million worth of cards here. This one was 1.8 million right here. Several $750,000 cards, but it added up to like $11.75 million in price tags overall. Brian Gray, he was busy at the show buying. This is Eliteco 3 from YouTube. Really, really nice guy. It was great meeting him. There's Greg Cohn, works for Leaf and all over the show. There's Eric from Center Ice Podcast. I'm a little bit taller than Eric. This is Lomac. I think this is Lomac. Lomac RS something or other. Great guy. Nice to meet him at the show. Some guy's names I wrote. This is the graded rookie. I know this is the graded rookie. It was great to meet him. There's Chase Rhymes. Good dude. Really good dude. Great to meet him for the first time. Midwest Vintage Cards. There's Boston Rob. Anybody recognize Boston Rob from Survivor fame? Just a nice guy overall again. There's my card of Ken Golden. There's Steve Grad, good buddy of mine from Pawn Stars, and he's the lead authenticator at Bickett Authenticating Services for the autographs. There's Frankie 3500. There's Dave from Instagram. There's me and Blake Jameson. Again, good dude overall. It was great meeting him. There we go. There's Tim and Lorena from the Wiz Dells show again. Best booth at the show. They get Best Booth at the Show award for myself and a few others. There's Aaron from Slab Stocks. It was nice to meet him. This was dinner at Harry Carey's. There's the baseball that stole the World Series from the Cubs that year that they had purchased for, I think they purchased this $113,000 they paid for this bar. Harry Carey's, the restaurant, actually purchased that. There's me, and he is from John, I believe, John from Slab Strong. He's got a great business going from there. Here's the crew at dinner at Harry Carey's. You can see Dr. Beck in the back there. There's Brody the Kid, John Newman, your pal Val. There's Chris Harris. There's Logan Ward and Rich Klein. Had a nice dinner with that crew. Names. Can't remember. Sorry, bro, but please shout me out if you can. There's my stickers and pins at the show. There's the booth at the end. I just took a picture of that. Me and Anna. This is Miss Sports Cards. Miss Sports Cards. Not Hannah, but this is Anna from Miss Sports Cards. This is me and Tim from ComC. It was nice to see Tim again. As always, great guy. Couple pics with him. My Will Smith card. My MC Hammer card. Lady Gaga. And then what was this? Oh, these were cards that I actually submitted to PWCC to sell for me. What else we got? Me and Carvin. Of course, me and Carvin. There's me and Kenny Richardson. This was after we did the main stage on Sunday, the Hobby Hot. We got Dr. Beckett again. We got Drew Herndon, John Newman. We got Chris Harris, Brody the Kid, and Sam Shuford was there too. That's me and the Iron Sheik. That's me and Too Legit to Quit. And what's this? Oh, and this is I got bumped in again. I got bumped into like business class. And I had one of these. This is my seat. I had one of these seats on the flight on the way home. Luxurious as heck. Anyway, there you go. There's all the pictures. If I missed anybody, I'm so sorry. If I brain cramped on your name, I apologize. It's just so hard to remember everybody, real names, Instagram names. It's tough, guys. But I enjoyed thoroughly meeting everybody. It was seriously the highlight of the year for me. So thanks everybody who did come up and say hello. I'm going to run through the final comments. Then we're going to sign off. I do have 2 more shows to do today. It was awesome overall. So let's see. Hobby Champs, what is the Canadian National? It is called the Sport Card Expo. It's in Toronto twice a year. It'll be November, 3 days in November this year. I forget the exact dates. It was like the 17th, 18th, 19th, something like that. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Tyler went to buy a collection at a garage sale in Pennsylvania today, and the guy was from Winnipeg. Hey, that's where I'm born. We talked about your show for a little while. It was very pleasant. That's cool. Very cool. Wonder what his name is, because you never know. I was in the hobby back when I was in Winnipeg as well. Not national related, but thought I would share. Well, thank you for that. Notice said Novus 90s B-ball cards. Love your channel. Yeah, go check out 90s B-ball cards. Of course, Jake's channel is awesome. Trevor Gates, new to cards. Thanks for sharing. Jumped in hard. Bought out a dealer in Man. I'm tired scanning. Prep to liquidate. Prince Albert. Every Timu card makes me think of you. Yeah, I love Timu Salon. My all-time favorite. Thank you so much. Bill, pleasure meeting you two at all at the YouTuber Hangout. Right? Yes, I remember meeting you, Bill. The Hoff Collector. Costa, what's that Gretzky Exquisite card worth? Costa, come on. We're not going to talk about that. I meant numbered out of. Okay, that's better. 25. Global, I can see all the love in the picture shining of all those shiny balding nuggets. Yes, no shortage of bald dudes in the hobby. I am one of them for sure. Tampa, you're a giant. I think I've been looking for you in Europe somewhere. Yeah, maybe. Jordan Hudson, what is up with you, man? What is up with you? All right, guys. I guess we're gonna wrap it up. That's my national response video experience. The people, the places, the events, the warm and fuzzies, the cards, of course. I think that's about everything. Like, I tried to get everything out here that I got there. I think everything is here. My wife is talking. My son was turned down the volume on the baby monitor here. She's home now. So, guys, tonight, 4 hours from now and 15 minutes, Brian Gray from Leaf will be joining, and we're going to get down to business on the national. And really, I didn't do a lot of wheeling and dealing again. I only did a few deals. Brian, I don't know how many he did, but I can tell you there's a lineup to sell to him there. So he's going to have a much better kind of feel for the temperature of the room, how cards were selling, what people were trying to do. Was it a liquidate? The Bench Clear guys talked about it being a liquidation event. So, and then they did a follow-up just recently I watched with Mike and Ty, and they said that, people were out there looking to sell cards, and Mike went on to say that the definition of a liquidation event. I have a slightly different take. I think a liquidation event is when you sell for liquid value. Liquid value is whatever you can get. That's the true definition of a liquidation event, is you sell it for whatever you can get. I believe that to be the definition. Card shows have always been places where people go to sell cards. People want to sell cards for money so they can put it into other cards. So was this a liquidation event? No, it was not a liquidation event. Not as far as how I would define that to be. Was it an event where people were there to sell cards? Yes, of course. Every card show is. But people weren't willing to sell them for whatever they were offered. They were willing to sell them for what they were willing to take. And if they couldn't take it, they weren't selling them. That was my perception of everybody I talked to, whether it was at the show or the trade night. So it wasn't a blowout event, which is what I think a liquidation event is sort of meant to be. But it was it was an event where people were looking to move cards for other cards. And I'm sure obviously there's people there looking to, sell their collection for whatever they can get. That's going to happen at any show. But overall, it was just a great show. So anyway, Brian will be on at 8 o'clock my time, 7 o'clock Pacific, 10 o'clock Eastern tonight, guys. He'll be on. And then again, Josh and Chris from Card Ladder will be on. We'll also talk about their national experience, and we will talk about their new feature on Card Ladder. Bring all your questions, bring all your critiques. These guys are transparent. They want to explain exactly what they're doing. They want to tell you the benefits of it, and they also want to tell you the limitations of the new feature. So bring all your comments and questions. Looking forward to it as always. And any final comments from the crowd here, guys? Let's see. And then we're going to sign off. We're going to sign off right on. Wow, I can't believe we went 2 hours here. But hey, that seems to be how I roll, right? It seems to be how I roll. Long streams. Costa says it was nice. It was fun meeting new people. Of course it was. Rage, what's up, Rage? Good to see you, man. Good to see you back. 90s crash made everyone bald. Could be. Bob's Big Boy, loving the Leaf Logo Man cards that they are doing. Hey, that's cool. Maybe we'll show some tonight. We'll see. Thank you, Terry. Happy to provide. Bob is Big Boy says Leafs Trinity is a poor man's national treasures. You know, there's no cards. Yeah, I don't know about a poor man's, but a poorer man's maybe. At way under comps. At way under comps. That's a liquidation. Yeah, that makes sense to me. Yeah, it certainly wasn't a way under comps event. Not that I saw. Thanks, MMA. Appreciate that. Jake, hope to see you tonight as well. Rage says it's the biggest show period. Of course, they are going to try and sell in droves. Yeah, it happens. It's you know, all the nationals. I've been to 13 nationals. I've been to like 40 expos, a dozen summits, and then a whole bunch of regional shows in my day. People always come up to my booth and say, "Are you buying? Are you buying? Are you buying?" It's not a new thing in 2021. And the other thing I'll just say finally is that I didn't notice many dealers that were married to you know, peak prices. Dealers at the National are for the most part are pros. They know what the hobby's all about. Anyway, enough of that, guys. Thanks, Rage. Guys, that's it. We'll see y'all tonight. Very quickly on the banner, upcoming episodes. Again, Brian Gray tonight on the early show, Josh and Chris from Carletter on the late show. Next Saturday, Grant LaFontaine, I believe is the CEO of Whatnot, will be on the early show. And Ty Fauci, who is one of the partners of Bullpen LA in LA, will be on with me on the late show. I got to have dinner with her and Mitch. Awesome people. Can't wait to have her on. August 21st, Saturday, the early show is going to be the PWCC watch party for the premiere. And then the late show, Max After Hours. Max, his last name is Norris. You might not have known that from Putnam Cards and Sports Card Update. Card Update on podcast will be joining me on the late show. We're going to get Shay on. We're going to get everybody on, guys. So don't worry. All right. Costa, thanks, Jeremy, for sharing your national picks. Another good show. Thank you very much. All right, guys, that's it. We'll see y'all tonight. Have a great